Daily sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Josh Jacobs.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
A loss of 1.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. Jameis now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback, there to make the play defensively.
Now 3rd.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Rosa's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
55-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
It's a gain of 8.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime when you do it consistently.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. The big fella. Past the 20, 10, 5, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yannick Ngakoue. Just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time.
7-yard line.
Loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the draw, it's Pollard. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Locke to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Locke. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
Intended for Tony.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. This will be, 38 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
The first quarter with the score tied 3.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left
football.
Early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
A gain of 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Jalen Richard. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, Winston. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Kareem Jackson on the coverage.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 40 yards. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's a give to Richard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown.
It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Raiders 10, Broncos 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They're on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Throwing now is Locke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this this one across the 40. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
3 yards to go.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
A 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action now. Winston. Forced out to his left. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. It's caught by Davis. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing, Winston. Throw left side, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
At the 12-yard line.
The handoff, this is Jacobs. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Let's check on the call. It's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They go play action. Winston escaping the pressure right. Working end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Alexander Johnson. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. For Jameis Winston, boy, an NFL record 7 pick-sixes thrown last year, part of his 30-interception season. And he throws another wayward ball here that's returned the distance. Extra point from McManus is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Pollard. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Locked going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Now a give here to Pollard. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
At the 1-yard line.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos have broken the tie. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it, because now nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 30.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. This effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Good.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
20.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jameis to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. Reception here by Wallace. And this is going to be another first down as they make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Jameis again. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jarrell Casey bursting in to take him down.
At the Broncos' 44.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Complete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Winston. Completes it to Jason Witten. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things a big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Tony Pollard, 76 yards, and the Broncos push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Darren Lee picks it. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Pollard. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And he hits him in stride. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Winston. His pass is intercepted for the 14 to end. And the return will stop right around the 25.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
Today's final.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Broncos, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the loss will drop them to 6-3.